Welcome everybody back to Knowledge Just Board episode number 130. I don't have the light on my webcam. That's a little awkward, but excuse me. How are you guys doing? Merry Christmas. This will probably be the last episode before Christmas. Maybe. I might do an early one next week. Ugh. Sorry. I've been coughing so much. When it gets cold here, man, that cough is just like, it's just part of it. So when you play games with me at night, I basically sound like RFK Jr. I know I bring that up a lot, but seriously, I'm just like,
I can't really do this right now. Because they put the atrazine in the water supply and it's slowly choking me alive.
but either way, it's that time of the year. We're just all getting sick. So yeah, Merry Christmas to all you guys. I hope you're having a good time with your families and all that good Christmas stuff, getting fat off really bad food, but delicious food. You can probably see if you're watching on video, I got all kinds of shit going on behind me. There's like this side over there. Yeah, there's all kinds of presents and stuff. My living room, which is where I record this stuff in, my living room is a war zone right now, and I didn't even set up the proper lighting or anything right now. I just got the little lamp over there, and that's it right now. I'm raw dogging it because I gotta get out of here pretty soon. Like I got like 30 minutes max to do this podcast, so it's gonna be a shorter one today because I gotta go get Christmas pictures with the kids, and then it never ends. You guys know. If you guys are parents, you know the drill. When it comes to Christmas, it's like I was actually talking to a customer today, one of our clients, and they said, when you're little, when you're young, it's all about just chilling and having fun, and Christmas is magical and just a fun time. And then as you get older, it's just more and more stressful. And sorry, I gotta put these arm things. I always forget to put these arm things down. It drives me nuts. But it just when you get older, it just gets more and more stressful, and you lose sight of what the kind of holiday season's about. And part of that is obviously the economic status of our countries right now. But we're not going to get down that road right now because I've already pretty much raged out this week. I've gotten my fulfillment of rage this week when it comes to economic status and the way of the world. So I will not bore you guys with that right now, and I gotta say sorry to my friends because they got the full brunt of it. I kind of went off the other day, but either way, sorry guys, it definitely happens sometimes. But back to what I was saying, she was just saying, like, it gets stressful. And again, she brought up the economy thing too, about how like gifts are so expensive and stuff. And I just said, you know what? I think a lot of people overdo it these days because everything is expensive. Like the gifts that kids want, it's not a $20 action figure anymore, or a $10 Ninja Turtle, stuff like that. A $50 NES game, which by inflation standards is pretty expensive. Probably it's probably the same as a normal AAA game these days. But either way, it's just toys have gotten more expensive, and what kids like is more expensive. So I think it's one of those things where people just need to chill out. And I think a lot of people really overdo gift giving, and they need to understand that less is more. Every kid doesn't need to be Dudley from Harry Potter when they wake up. Like,
how many are there?
36, counted them myself.
36, but last year there was 37.
Well, some of them are quite a bit bigger than they were last year. If you guys get that Harry Potter reference, I love you. If you don't, I still love you, but lost a lot of respect for you. Either way, I told her honestly, and I was feeling in a good mood because I kind of had the mentee B the day before, so I just kind of had I kind of reset myself. I reset my priorities and everything, and I just kind of was trying to practice being grateful and being happy. So I just told her, I said, you know what? Yeah, it's stressful and it's crazy time of year, but you also got to find the beauty in it. You got to try to imagine it from a childlike sense of wonder, that's with everything. It comes with video games and just anything you enjoy in life. Just think about how you would have felt about it when you were a kid. I think we're far too cynical and critical now. Everything's about crazy shit, right? It's all like we think about the worst of it. Whereas I was driving a couple nights ago down the street, and you know how they have those light posts that are on they decorate the street. There's light posts and they decorate them with like candy canes and stuff with just lights. It's just lights. And I just had this weird nostalgic flashback memory get shoved into my subconscious all of a sudden. And I just thought about being a kid and driving in the vehicle with my dad and just driving down the street and remember how magical it felt to see those lights, to see Christmas lights, to see just lights on posts and whatnot, it felt magical and it showed you like it's a time of it's that certain time of the year. And I think one of the biggest problems that we're having, especially as adults these days, is that we're very cynical, we're very depressed. And again, that's part of the world. That is the state of the world. It's not a great time right now. We're kind of having some rough issues, but the truth is, and I need to take my own advice from time to time. I do, and because there's people that I know listen to this podcast. Excuse me. And I know you guys listen, and I know you've felt the brunt of my breakdowns. So you're probably like, don't be a hypocrite. But I'm being honest because I'm being real. Like, yes, I need to take this advice more, but I just think we need to kind of practice gratitude. And the biggest problem is that thinking about your problems actually multiplies your problems. It does. It's a net negative. There's no benefit to it. And I think just people, and I'm guilty of it too. Again, I need to take my own advice. They just ruminate on their problems, and it just problem could be this big, it could be even a big problem. But if you ruminate on it all day, it's just gonna expand. And then it's just gonna kill you. And that's a psychologically proven fact that they found out that the number I can't remember what they said. It's the number one with people like high functioning anxiety or high anxiety and high levels of depression. The number one like symptom or the number one problem they have is they ruminate over their problems. And again, I think that's one of my problems that I don't think I know it's one of my problems that I need to address and think more critically about is just don't try to change things that you can't change. Change your own life. Move on with your own life. Get your shit together. And you really got to do that. You really got to just go forward and don't let life get you totally down and don't become cynical and depressed because it's just not worth it. You got to find some joy in life, even if life isn't very joyful at that time. You just gotta. And I think, I don't give a fuck if you're Christian or if you believe in Jesus and, all that stuff. Like, don't even use that as the excuse for the season. Just think about it as it's that reset period, right? It's the start of a new year. It's the end of one year. It's like a new beginning. It's just I've always thought about Christmas. I'm not an overly religious person. So it's not even that for me. It's just it's a time where I used to feel very special and like as a kid it was just like I said, the streetlights and all that stuff. It was just magical. It was a magical time of the year and it was happy. And we had problems, we had divorce in our family, all kinds of shit, but we still found the beauty in it. And that's what I believe. It's just, I had bowling league last week and it was our last bowling league before the end of the year. And I decided that I was going to Tim Hortons, which is a coffee joint. I don't know if there's American listeners, if you guys have it or not, But Tim Hortons very popular coffee up in Kanata. But I was going there, and I know my one friend that I bowl with. He's a huge fan of ice caps, and I know my other friend drinks coffee, and I just brought donuts for everybody, and I brought an ice cap for him and coffee for my other buddy that's on my team, and just I it's just that season. It's that season of giving and wanting to make others feel good. And I love that. I mean I do that all year round. I love giving gifts. It's my love language is I think that's what the people said. It was like your love language is acts of kindness or something. I can't remember what they call it. I think it's acts of no. It might just be called gift giving. I don't know. But either way, I'm one of those people where if I'm gonna give you a gift, like I can't keep it secret. Like it sucks. I'm like, I want to tell you so bad. Or it's like, I just want to give it to you now. It's like, fuck wrapping it. I'm giving it to you now. I want to see your face. Uh, so I don't know. I just like it. I like being nice to people. I like spreading random acts of joy, and you know things like bringing donuts to the office or to an event, and or bring booze to a party, and it's public. Let everybody have it. It's just I don't know. It's just who I am. I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy giving, and I feel like Christmas brings that out of everybody. Even if you're not normally a giving person, I feel like Christmas kind of brings that out of people. And you know, the other thing was, I also brought gifts to a family. It was just chocolate. It wasn't anything big. It was nothing fancy, but it was just one of those things where I felt, this family was a big part of my life for quite a while, and they still are. Obviously, I'm friends with everybody in the family, but I'm not dating their daughter anymore. But I was earlier in the year, and I just wanted to show my appreciation for them because even though we're not together anymore, I still am friends with the family. I hope I hope they all, I hope there's no bad blood for anybody. I'm sure. I don't think there is, but you know, I hope to God there isn't. But either way, I just felt like it's just a nice thing to do because they're nice people, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do this, but you guys, you're good people. You're a big part of my life, and I like making people happy, and I know that Christmas is also a big thing for them. So I know they appreciate the Christmas spirit. So it was something I just want to do. So that's my kind of advice to you guys is like just try to see the good in everything. Try to cheer up. I know, because believe me, I know I've had my own problems, and one of the things I've been doing lately actually is I stopped drinking right now because I was just going down a bad path with it. Oh, I accidentally opened something on my computer. Uh, I was going down kind of a bad path. I would it's that rumination, right? Whenever I would drink, I would just start thinking of shit or thinking of bullshit, and I'd act like an asshole to people, and sometimes, and like I don't know. I didn't like what was happening, and it always seemed fun in the moment, but then when I would wake up, and I'm like, ugh, fuck, that was stupid. And I'm not saying I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm not gonna be some sober, you know, some fucking priest or something. But I think I think there's a time and a place for things like, like drugs, like weed, and if you want to do psychedelics like mushrooms and stuff. Same with booze. I think you have to be in a right mindset. If you're depressed, it's just going to make you more depressed. Or if you're in a bad headspace, it's just going to amplify whatever your bad headspace is. So I think you don't have to be sober like a priest or anything like that. It's just if you're in a bad headspace, just don't do any of that stuff. Because I just don't think it's. I mean, obviously, it's debated, right? Whether it's good for you or not. I mean, alcohol, it's pretty proven that's not good for you. Weed and mushrooms, I don't know. Science isn't quite out on that. because people say it's good, people say it's bad, people say it could lead to schizophrenia. I don't know, not a scientist, guys, but I do know proven fact that alcohol does kill people, and it can cause liver failure and stuff. But I think everything in moderation. But I'm just taking a break right now. Maybe it's an early New Year's resolution, but I'm just gonna. I can't. I'm not in the headspace right now to drink, and I think it's gonna lead to a more positive outcome right now until I get my shit together, and I'm in a better spot where I'm not ruminating on problems and having a generally terrible time with that stuff. So, and again, because it's the Christmas kind of time, I apologize to people that I had done wrong, and I won't get too much into that. But people they might be listening, they might not. Who knows? But you guys know who you are, and you know, I'm grateful that people have accepted my apology, and it's just I think we forget some people. I do for sure. You forget how much like your attitude towards people can change their view on you, and how you could say something even if you're joking, but if you're in a bad headspace or if you're in kind of an angry mood, it comes off different. Your inflection comes off different. The way you say things. And you might say, oh, well, whatever, it's just kidding. But it's like, yeah, but if you say it in a way that seems hurtful at the time, might come off as wrong. And again, especially with drinking too. Drinking makes you say all kinds of stupid shit. So either way, we're gonna move on. It's like 17 minutes past already. I got a bunch of shit going on right now that I got to talk about too. So we got into the Christmas thing there, guys. So be good to your neighbor, love your neighbor. Bottom line, love it. Okay, so the Game Awards happened. That was a big thing. I don't really watch the Game Awards normally. I'll be honest. I just it's just stupid. It's like the Oscars, like anything else. The only cool thing is like games I'm interested in. Trailers might drop, shit like that. And there was a lot of cool stuff this year, but I normally pick it up the next day, and that's that. One cool thing they did, and I was live for this because I happened to be watching this year, and I was playing video games at the time and just watching it in my second screen on Twitch, and they dropped the Illuminate in fucking Helldivers 2, which was super cool. So they had, which Illuminate is like the third faction you could fight against from the original Helldivers. There was bugs. Well, I think there was also cyborgs too. There's technically 4 in the original. But either way, in Helldivers 2, there's the bots, the bugs, and now there's the Illuminate. So they came up, and it was just they announced it in the middle of the Game Awards, and then randomly there was a 5 gig update for Helldivers 2 on Steam. I was just like, no way. They didn't just casually drop the fucking Illuminate. And yeah, they did. And it's been super fun. We've been playing with friends. They've got new Warbond. There's a Killzone crossover out now. Like it's like a renaissance for Helldivers 2. The player count is back up to like 160,000. It's unbelievable. But I fucking love it, and I'm very happy that they're progressing, and finally we get to fight the Illuminate. It's pretty sick. The other thing that was going on that was big for me was they have officially shown like a little teaser of The Witcher 4, which is awesome because I love The Witcher. The Witcher 3 was so good. It was unbelievable. And now The Witcher 4, we always speculated that Ciri was going to be the main character. And we're just going to switch to the other screen here real quick. Watching videos. And this is the problem with The Witcher 4 right here. Or so people were saying. There's a big controversy, and guys are going crazy saying that Ciri looks fucking ugly in the new one. So this is Ciri right here. If you're watching on video, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're on audio, you can't see. But if you're watching on video, yeah. I just did a Google image search, literally. But yeah, on the left there's Ciri from The Witcher 3, and then yeah, Ciri 4 on The Witcher 4, Ciri, and I know she's got a braid, and I don't know. People are freaking out for some reason. I don't know, saying like, "Oh, she's fucking hideous now. She looks ugly. She was so hot." And admittedly, yes, she was hot, and I don't know. She still looks to me. She looks the same. It's just I don't know. I think it's just a time lapse. She's aged, and she looks more grown up. We'll say, and more grizzled. You know, like Witchers aren't fucking clean. You know what I mean? They're not princesses. Witchers, it's a rough life. You're on the road all the time. You're fighting shit. You're getting blood on yourself. You bathe once every 18 days. Like, it's a rough, tough life on the road as a Witcher. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty accurate depiction of Cirilla if she was a Witcher, if she was on that path. So, and it looks like if you look at, I'm looking at, this is my first time actually looking at the side by side comparison, and I don't know, to me, it's uncanny. It looks exactly like her, just aged up. So, I don't know. I don't know. Comment down below. Are you a weird incel that thinks that Siri needs to look like this? Or are you okay with the new version? And again, it's just a teaser, so we don't even really know. It could be different. Who the hell knows? So we all suspected this would be the thing because of the true ending of Witcher 3, where Ciri shows up at the tavern with Geralt, and she's got the cat eyes. She's officially a Witcher. So I don't know. We kind of all knew this is coming as Witcher 4, and I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be awesome. I liked Ciri as a character, and I always thought she was interesting, and I think she'll make a good protagonist. Will she be better than Geralt? I don't know. I don't think so, because Geralt is just so fucking cool. But I think she's fine, and I think she looks fine. I don't think it's like a huge difference. I don't know. I mean, I get the appeal for guys. They want their characters to look hot, and I do think hot characters sell games better, for sure. But I don't think she doesn't look ugly to me. I don't know. She's fine. It still looks like the same character. I don't know. Don't know what guys are freaking out about, but if you guys know, drop it in the comments below. The main thing that I was here for on the Game Awards was when the Baldur's Gate 3 dev, Vink, is that his name? He fucking roasted. Oh, sorry. Oh God, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Jesus, because it's good. Fuck out of me. Yeah, he roasted the fuck out of the game, out of game devs because he had this speech where he was giving away Game of the Year, and he had a little speech before, and we're gonna watch it here. But basically, it was talking about how it's what I've said from the start for fucking years now, how game devs are just lazy. They're lazy, and it's about how can I keep people's retention and money. That's it. How can I make everything? How can I make more money off my product and sell microtransactions and skins to people? And don't even fucking get me started on Black Ops 6. Holy shit. I saw it. You guys got to watch the Act Man. He did a video on it. But all this AI art that has been in Black Ops 6 that they've caught, and it's because it's like a soldier and he's got like 6 fingers. Like, it's very clearly like just AI prompts, and they just like left it in there, thought nobody will notice. Like, the one soldier has 6 fingers, the one zombie has 4. There's a snowball that looks like a pile of piss or macaroni or something. Like, it's clearly all just AI art that they're just adding to their game, and they're selling it to people like that. Fuck, that makes me sick. But either way, it's just, yeah, look up the Actman video he did on fucking the Black Ops 6 bullshit. It is hilarious, because I can't believe they're doing that. Like, literally, Activision Blizzard and all those guys, they're like they're firing so many people. They're getting rid of so much of their staff, and they're using fucking AI to make all their art and their calling cards. Ugh. Like, that makes me sick. And I'm not against AI, guys. I'm not. But when it's like rubbish and it's just like you're selling it to people and it's rubbish. If it's just in your game, whatever, but the fact that you're selling it as an art piece in the game is gross. It's not even like if it was AI art that looked good, but it looks like shit. It literally looks like it's bullshit. Like guys with 6 fingers, guys with 7 fingers. Ugh. It actually makes me sick. But either way, we're gonna watch this Sven Vink speech here at the Game Awards, and yeah, just talk about it a little bit here. Okay, switching screens for people on video. Got this. I'm just gonna start here. You didn't really miss much. Hopefully the volume's good.
But I still have some time credits from last year to cash in. So it turns out that not only will I be the one who will know as first which game wins tonight, but I actually also know which game is going to win next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, how do I know this? Well, an oracle told me. She said, change is coming. It's a modern oracle, so they made me sign an NDA, but I trust all of you. I know you can keep a secret. You will never leak it. The oracle told me that the game of the year 2025 was going to be made by a studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage. It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before. They didn't make it to increase market share. They didn't make it to serve as a brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions they knew were short-sighted in function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect, that if they treated their developers and players well, those same developers and players would forgive them when things didn't go as planned. But above all, they cared about their game because they loved games. It's really that simple, said the oracle. Winning Game of the Year turned out to be a life-changing event for us. It was an amazing thing. To those who will win Game of the Year 2024, you have no idea what's waiting for you. It's an incredible honor, and you're in for a heck of a ride. Now remember, should you be told to wrap it up for tonight, you can...
Okay, so that's the end of the important part that we care about. Oh. Sorry, I think I got a message here. But, so, we're going back to this camera.
Always come back next year.
Sorry. Hit play by accident. So, again, the whole point of his, yeah, the whole point of his speech there was that the people, he's basically saying these game studios, right, like Activision Blizzard, it's just about profit. That's all it is. It's about profit and how do we fucking shovel as much microtransactions down your ass. That's all it's been about. And all of those mainstream motherfuckers, that's all it's been about. These guys when they won Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. This year is Astrobot, which I don't know much about Astrobot. I heard it's great, but you know, Baldur's Gate 3 was technically an indie studio, AAA price tag because look at the fucking polish of the game, but like, you know, it was ultimately an indie team that started it, so you know that just tells you like these AAA studios are out of touch. They just care about microtransactions and profits, and that's it. They don't care about making a good game. Like an actual game people want to play. And exactly what he was saying there. If you make a game that players want to play, the profit will come. Like, I don't think I need to say that again. Like, Fuck me. It doesn't make sense to me. These game devs are so goddamn brain dead that they just create bullshit. And then they make bajillions of dollars off bullshit like fucking AI generated skins. And like Call of Duty, one of the reasons they're like, oh, we don't want to carry over your skins from the old Black Ops because or from Modern Warfare or whatever, what have you, because we don't want those goofy skins, like the colorful skins, to be in this one. We just want to be more serious. It's like, no, you released a flaming whip zombie as one of your skins. What the fuck are you talking about serious, you dumbass? They just want you to buy a fucking skin again. That's all they care about. You get these games, they release, they're buggy as fuck, and you pay top dollar for them, and they barely function. Because I've told you guys before, I don't even buy AAA titles anymore. I don't. I never do. And if I do, I wait. Because, like, God jumping Christ, they're terrible. They're fucking terrible. They never work on launch, and it's cancerous. You pay $80, and it's fucked. Meanwhile, I paid like, what is it, $15 for Card Shop Game Simulator? And I've had so much fun with that game. It's such a fun, cute little game. Fast food simulator, super fun. Lots of hours into it. Helldivers 2 was technically a middle price, like $40. And I've played hundreds of hours of it. And it keeps getting better. Because they care. It's game devs that care. You know? It's not about microtransactions or skins or horse shit like that. It's about making a game. I can't remember who said it originally. It was one of the original Nintendo guys, like Miyamoto or fuck, what was his name? I can't remember. It was the guy that died. Fuck, can't remember his name. But he said that games should be but one thing, and that is fun. And that's the truth. That's what you got to do. You make a game that's fun. It could look like absolute hogwash. It could look like absolute bullshit, but if it's fun, it will sell, and it will sell very well. So, yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'm sick of these devs. I'm sick of their bullshit. And I'm so glad that this guy spoke. This was actually one part where I had to pause the game I was playing, which was Card Shop Simulator. And I had to pause it and like watch this guy's speech during the Game Awards because I'm like, holy fuck, like he's spitting facts here. He's slaughtering them. And on the biggest gaming stage of the year. Like this is, it is the Oscars of video games. So it's just like, I don't know, preach, man. Because that's the future. I want that to be the future of gaming. I want people to make games that they actually want to play and they actually want to have fun with, and not just a bunch of microtransactions. How much can we steal people's money and rug pull them? Either way, I gotta get going. Kids got pictures pretty soon. I still gotta edit this and all that fun stuff and save the video. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Again, Merry Christmas, everybody. And yeah, there might be one before Christmas still. There might not be. I don't know. It depends on how ambitious I am in the early week. But ultimately, like I said, I'm going to be spending time with family, friends, and, all that stuff. So that's my priority. So if the podcast is late next week, you know why. And above all, guys, just try to enjoy yourselves. And, just all the cliche Christmas stuff. Set some goals for next year. Forgive your enemies. Forgive yourself. I think that's one thing that a lot of people, myself included, you need to forgive yourself for bullshit you've done. Especially if you're the type of person that just ruminates and beats yourself up about stuff. Just move on. It's in the past. You can't change it. But you can be better. And you will be better. So, as always, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I appreciate it a lot. Remember, don't forget. Don't. Sorry, I'm gonna have to start doing this, guys, because I think it's supposed to help. I don't know. Some guy on YouTube, some YouTube guru told me it works, but don't forget to like, subscribe, share this podcast wherever. Share it on Spotify, share it on YouTube. I don't care. Comment down below. I need more comments, guys. We need the comment statistics so I can get RFK Jr. as a guest on here. He'll be like,
Your podcast sucks a lot, but it's gonna be okay as long as you don't eat Fruit Loops for breakfast.
oh fuck. Yeah, I'm cooked. Sorry guys, but either way, I gotta go. Thanks guys. Remember, links to all social media are in the description below, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.